Why do we circumambulate the temple and deities? Or why we do Pradakshina? We cannot draw a circle without a center point. Similarly, the Lord is the center, source, and essence of our life. We acknowledge this by performing Pradakshina, recognizing Him as a focal point in our lives, and go about doing our daily chores. This is the significance of Pradakshina. Also, every point on the circumference of a circle is equidistant from the center. This means that wherever we may be or whoever we may be, we are equally close to the Lord. His grace flows towards us without partiality. According to Adi Shankaracharya, real Pradakshina is the meditation that 10,008 universes are revolving around the great Lord, the unmoving center of all. Skanda Purana, chapter 9, verse 68 states that in the word Pradakshina, the syllable pra dispels sin, the syllable da bestows what is desired, the syllable she causes the destruction of karma, and the syllable na is the bestower of salvation. Many a time people ask, why is Pradakshina done in a clockwise manner? Hindus goes around the scantum scantrum in a temple, and sometimes the deities in puja or yagya at home in a clockwise direction. We always assume God is the center of our life. He also exists everywhere, so when we do Pradakshina or circumambulation, we accept that our actions and thoughts are always centered around God. The center point is always fixed and remains the same at whatever distance we do the Pradakshina. So we are reminded of the eternal truth that God is the center of gravity and the main focus of our existence. This is the main principle of Pradakshina. The world is always rotating around itself and on its own axis as well as around the sun. All the planets also rotate on their own axis, just like in the solar system. The sun is at the center around which the planets rotate. Our Pradakshina should be done with God at the center. The Pradakshina should be done slowly and never in a hurry. Our thoughts and actions must dwell in God. It is normal to do Pradakshina always in clockwise direction. This is because we assume that the Lord is always on our right side. This reminds us that we must always lead a righteous life in the right path called Dharma. Skanda Purana, chapter 9, verse 28 states that the sin committed by the mind are destroyed by the first step of Pradakshina, the sin committed by the speech by the second step, and the sin perpetrated by the body on the third step. Accordingly, the number of Pradakshina are 1 for Ganpati, 2 for Sun, 3 for Shiva, 4 for Devi and Vishnu, and 7 for People Tree, Sacred Tree. Generally, these Pradakshina are done in temple in Kerala. Accordingly, the first Pradakshina destroys all sin, including Brahma Hatya Pap, sin due to slaying of Brahmanas. The second makes the worshipper an adhikari, qualified person for material and spiritual pursuits. And the third helps the person in obtaining Naidra Sampada, pleasure of life, which lead to final liberation. And a number of 21 Pradakshina in a day is considered most beneficial as per Swayambhu Agma. Further, one makes a Pradakshina devotional rounds slowly with folded hands and visualizing the deities in his mind all the time. All these actions, knowingly or unknowingly, had solitary effect to ward off the ego from the mind of devotee. It is not worthy that the purpose of temple worship is never achieved unless one understands that visits to a temple are meant to help devotee to shed his ego. The purpose of visit to temple is one's own cultural emancipation, which functions on fundamental values known as dharma. Next time when you visit a temple, don't forget to do Pradakshina, remembering the Lord who is the center, source, and essence of our lives. Thank you very much.